Hi, all my quilting friends out there in YouTube land. How are you guys doing today? Well, once again, Willa has found her dog bone and she is chewing on it just as I'm getting ready to film this. Every time. My name's Teresa Louise and I quilt too. Welcome to my sewing room and craft room and the room where my dog chews her bone. Okay, so this is part 2 of the free motion, one of these days I'll learn to talk, free motion quilting series that I'm doing. And today I wanted to talk to you about getting that quilt sandwich made, and then if we have time, we'll go ahead and get started on how to get your sewing machine ready. Okay, so I've already gotten a couple of pieces of fabric. This first one is just a fat quarter. And the next piece I have, hold on just a second. Sorry about that. That noise on the bone was going to drive me crazy, so I had to take it away from her. It's okay. I won't be very long, I hope. Okay, so the next piece I have is just a piece of muslin, scrap muslin that I have. And, if you have scrap fabric, you could just piece them together and to make your sandwich with. You don't have to use whole pieces like this at all. But I'm going to go ahead and do that. I highly recommend that both pieces be solid fabric because you want to be able to see the stitches on the front and the stitches on the back, especially when you're first starting out. And so with solid fabric, it's easier to see those stitches, okay? The next thing you're going to need is a piece of batting. And I save all of my batting scraps. I know this doesn't look much like a scrap, but today it is. And don't fret. There's a lot of things that you can do with these leftover practice sheets, and that'll be another video. But there are things that you can use them for. You don't have to throw them away when you're done. Okay, so I'm going to bring the camera down so you can see what I'm doing here. Okay, so I want my piece of batting just about the same size as my back. Or it can be a little shorter. Okay, and then my top piece will go over it like this. And you want to have this extra hangover on the sides because when you're doing your free motion quilting, you'll need that to hold on to as you're going under the machine. Okay, as you're getting closer to one side and the other. This will be really handy, especially when you start doing your quilts. You'll definitely want to have at least an inch, or 2. I didn't ever really do much more than 2 inches because that just makes it have more bulk that you're having to move through the machine. Okay, now a lot of people pin baste. I don't do that. I spray baste, and I make my own basting spray. So that is what I'm going to use. If you guys are interested in this, I'll be happy to share that, make a video. It's a lot less expensive and it works just fine. I've never had any problems doing it. I've been using this for 4 or 5 years now, and it really saves a lot of time and you don't get poked as often. So what I do is I just spray my batting like so. And then I bring that over. Spray this side. And then you want to iron it. Because this recipe has quite a bit of water in it. It's just water, flour, and some other stuff. And I do use steam. And I'm just going to iron that down. As you can see, the water kind of comes through. But I've never had a problem with this basting recipe staining my fabric or anything. Okay, so then I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to do the other side. Some people spray their fabric, but I just spray my batting. And smooth that out real good. Grab your iron. Before I got my long arm, with my really big quilts, I would take them downstairs and lay them out on the floor because that was the biggest room I had, and I'd do the same thing. Use my iron and spray this on, and it was just so much easier. And I'll tell you, it lasts quite a while. Like, you don't have to get to the project right away. And so I'm just going to let that dry. Let that sit there and dry, and then we're going to go over to the sewing machine. One more thing before I go. It always made me feel, well, first of all, let me show you. You can see that sticks pretty good, right? I mean, it would take quite a bit for me to, really, I could get it up, but what I always did for just in case was I would pin the corners where I knew I wasn't going to be sewing. I think I need some new pins. These aren't very sharp at all. So I would just pin the corners. The last thing you want to have happen is for your back or this to fold up underneath when you're quilting. I've had that happen to me before, and then you have to do a lot of picking out. And that is no fun. No fun at all. Yeah, these pins, I think, are pretty dull. I think it's time to get rid of those. Or I have really tough fabric. Okay. If you don't want to pin it, you can use straight pins, whatever you want to do there. So let's just pretend I pinned that. Now we'll go over to the sewing machine. I'll bring it back up. Okay, be right back. Hi there. Well, guess what? As you can probably see, I am in a different shirt. Had a bit of a problem. I won't go into all of the details, but here I am again. So, yeah, what we're going to do is finish talking about the quilt sandwich. So the next thing I do is that I think is really handy when you're first starting out is to draw some lines on your quilt sandwich. So all I'm going to do is take a big ruler and a marking pen or pencil, whatever you want to use. This happens to be a friction pen. And I am just going to mark me some lines. Now, from the top down, I'm just going to mark an inch. Yeah, this pen's must be running out. And then from that 1 inch mark, oh, you can do whatever you'd like, but I'm going to do 2 inches. On this one. And I think I might get a pencil because it's running out. It doesn't have to be perfect, just get some lines on there to help you. And then on the next one, I'm going to do a 3 inch. See that? No, of course, I cannot see that one either. How about a pin? Okay, here's my... See if the pin will work. Yeah, the pin works. And, you know, it doesn't really matter because you're just using this for practice. If you want it to matter, then use something that will come out. And then I'm just going to go on down and make 2 inch lines, 2 inch apart. I don't think I need 1 inch, but what the heck. Let's go ahead and do a 1 inch. And then I'll do another 2 inch, or maybe I'll do a 3 inch. Yeah, let's do a 3 inch. A lot of your borders are 3 inches, so 3 inches would be good. And then I'll do another 2 inch. And then I think that'll probably be close enough to the edge. Okay, so we have the sandwich ready. There you go. And I took my safety pins out because those weren't really working. And like told you, I just put a pin it a little bit on the corners. You want to be careful not to poke yourself. And I might take those out once I start quilting. So that is basically all you need to do to make a quilt sandwich. Now you don't have to make it as big as mine, or maybe you want to make it a little bit bigger. However you want to do it, but I feel like that's a pretty good size to get it underneath the sewing machine and be able to have something to hold on to as you're going. So, okay. Bring you back up. Okay, so that's making the sandwich. If you have any questions, please leave me a comment down below. I'll be happy to answer them. And in the next video, we will get going on the sewing machine and what you need to do there with your domestic sewing machine. Okay, so until next time, I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks so much for stopping by, and yeah, get out there and make something, or at least go have a great day. Okay, bye for now.